Every artist who's creating something has a deep-rooted pain inside of them.
It's not very easy to be in this industry. Sometimes God gives you so much pain so that your purpose gets activated.
Music is being made to become viral. How do you find a balance between creating music that actually heals and creating music that actually sells?
Anything that comes from your soul will naturally sell. Silence is where everything is created. Try to be in silence.
Why do you think the world is running away from silence?
Because they're not able to face themselves.
Because there's so much discomfort when you sit with yourself in silence. When you sit with it, it's not actually as bad as you think it is.
Just go through it, however hard it is. Once you become sorted within yourself, I think you'll enjoy your own company.
When I look at creative people who are musicians, who are artists, who are dancers, I believe the ideas, the music and all of that you get is connected to the divine or cosmos or whatever we call it, and there is a download that happens.
I think spirituality is the basic code for everything. Why AR still uses that room in Panchatan? There's one beautiful divine space there. Because there's some places that hold some energy.
What is the most unusual place that you've taken an inspiration for a music from?
My restroom.
Oh boy. We just finished shooting an amazing podcast with Nivas Prasanna, who's an incredible music director. And the intention of us interviewing him or having a conversation with him was to understand what happens in the creative industry. How do people have downloads? How do they make music and all of that? But what was extremely interesting about this podcast was the depth that he actually had. And even off the podcast, off screen, when we were talking, the incredible spiritual understanding that he has with respect to life and with respect to the journey is something that I think you will figure that out during the conversation. He was so real. He was so grounded. He's done some incredible work with some crazy people, but yet his groundedness speaks so much about how spiritually inclined he is, and he talks about how beautifully he is connected with the divine and with the nature for the downloads of the music. So this podcast is going to open up a lot of aspects for a lot of us from the perspective of trying to understand how we're creatively connected to the divine. I definitely had a great conversation. I hope you also enjoy that. How do you find a balance between creating music that actually heals and creating music that actually sells?
Oh, wow. That's a great question. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. So anything that comes from your soul will naturally sell. It'll touch people. If it touches you, it'll definitely touch people. If you take some of my songs, I know the moment when it comes to me, I know this will work. Because it comes from me. Because the moment I'll feel goosebumps within myself. So naturally, you'll also feel. It's like a radio transmitter. People are tuned to a certain frequency. And when you tune to that frequency, naturally it will click. The song will play. People are tuned to one frequency. You need to tune yourself to that frequency to receive and put. People will naturally respond to it.
While you say this, a lot of creative artists from across the world use any kind of a substance which is external for them to get to a state where they're able to see things differently, channelize things differently. How sustainable is that?
No, it's definitely not sustainable.
Why?
Because next day you come back to normal, right? You're not in there anymore, right?
Okay, so you better learn how to create from the normal and being sober.
Substance in the sense like, okay, people take
weed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Weed. The thing with what happens is weed, it just like transforms you to a state of highness. You connect to it and you derive things. What is the thing? That's not reality, right? The next day you come back to normal when you wake up and you're very normal. So I feel like you need to be connected because a lot of my friends, okay, why don't you try this, that? I say like, I'm already connected. I don't need this. Because that's where meditation has come. That's where yoga has come. It just like naturally connects you to that. You don't need all these things actually. It's just like a high for you. Just go there and come back. And I think what the truth is like next day you come back to normal sense. And you don't, my point is you need to be there always, right? That's why you create that. I see a lot of people, even youngsters, a lot of people in abroad or something, they try a lot of the substance to music, which is okay. But after a point in time, what happens to your brain? Is it normal? No, it's not actually. And how do you just like do it in the most organic way? Most rightful way is like, just do meditate, pray, do things, just be normal itself. It's a high for you. For me, that's the high for me.
Interesting. So, if music could speak back to the industry right now, what do you think it would say?
Try to be in silence. Go like silence is where everything is created. I think people should learn to be in silence. Like I think you need to just the for me my core point is like even music has to say whatever it is like to the people or something. It's just go back to the silence.
Why do you think the world is running away from silence? Because every single distraction that we have right now is way more than what it used to exist. And every single distraction, be it distraction in terms of food, in terms of what you can watch, in terms of literally anything, the number of distractions is so much. And every distraction is only doing one thing, helping you not sit with yourself in silence.
Yes.
Because there's so much discomfort when you sit with yourself in silence.
Yeah.
Because there's so much that is coming up.
Yeah.
And you want to run away from that discomfort.
Yeah.
Why do you think this happens?
Because they're not able to face themselves. We have our demons, we have our thing. We have sometimes I've seen people, they cannot even sit for 10 minutes within themselves because so much comes back. They're not able to face themselves in their silence. Because I'm a very happy person when I'm very alone. I'm very I love being alone. But lot of people, they can't be alone. It's because very simple. They're all their things comes to them. They're not able to face themselves. That's the only. Don't you think so?
Have you struggled with that in the past?
Yeah, I have. It just gets me so much anxious. But like JK says, anxiety is a jewel. You need to just hold it and keep it within yourself. Just go through it, however hard it is, and you be aware of it, and it'll go off. And when you just go through that process one by one, you'll just feel settled within yourself. Is what I feel.
The discomfort that you're running away from is not actually as bad as you think it is.
Yeah.
When you sit with it and look at it and understand what it is trying to communicate with you, you'll be so surprised that your life will transform just by sitting with it and listening to it.
Yeah. And thing is, it's not just you all alone, the people you are with, the family conditions you come from. We are all product of our mothers and fathers conditioning.
Yes.
The conditioning plays a big role. When you get out of that conditioning and there's your pattern. I've read that beautiful quote. Until your unconscious become conscious, it'll try to control you and you'll call it as fate.
Yes.
I think it's Alan Watts quote, I think.
Oh, I love Alan Watts. I just love
I think it's a powerful quote. I think I've read it because a lot of people call it destiny. When you just every unconscious pattern should come out consciously, and you have to just figure out what it is. And to be a sorted man is very, very difficult. And I think once you become sorted within yourself, I think you'll enjoy your own company.
That's very true. I love Alan Watts for so many reasons, but one thing what he said has stayed with me till now, and I constantly keep repeating that. I also have a lot of people who come to me and ask. I always have this belief, and I teach people also. Everything in your life is happening for your highest good. You may see it now, you may not see it now. So people come back and ask, oh, this happened to me, that happened to me. How can this be good? How can this be right? With a lot of moral hypocrisies that they bring in. I remember Alan Watts' example where he says, there is one guy who's looking at something. And when he's looking at that something, there are two people who are constantly fighting. Because he thinks fighting is wrong or fighting is bad. He kind of puts both the people away to make sure they stop fighting. After he does that, he realizes that a man dies. Only for him to realize what he was looking at was the virus and the white blood cell fighting from a very myopic view. Their fighting was not bad because you didn't have a bigger picture that fighting had to happen for this man to heal. You stopped that fighting and the man died. So when you look at the world from a bigger picture, nothing is ever wrong. Everything, including the fighting, including even the worst of the worst things that the mind cannot comprehend, is happening for the higher good of the entire cosmos. And ever since, I love Alan Watts. I mean, he's a genius.
That's one quote which I told you was were very big inspiration for me, because uh, I realized like, oh, there's a lot of unconscious patterns that is running inside, and just to bring them into conscious through conscious effort, and it's just to be aware of yourself. Just keep looking at your own thoughts, and that's called what, samskara or prapta.
Yes. Yes.
That's what it is, right? So that keeps controlling your patterns, and it's through your ancestors.
Yeah.
There's a quote that says you should walk like a tribe.
Mm.
That's like some all your ancestors are behind.
Yes.
Because ancestral thing plays a big difference. A lot of people take it very, very lightly.
Yes, I agree.
Because people say go to your Kuladevam Kol. There's nothing, just honor your ancestors because they're living.
Yeah.
If you take all the biggest films, take Lion King or Black Panther, everything speaks about ancestors. If you take this film called Mel Gibson's film, there's a lot of very, very spiritual information that's been given at the back of all the film. Even Rajini sir, if you take all the small, subtle spiritual informations, the way he lived his life is his films.
Yeah. I've always had this very strong belief that creative people, for some reason, I've always told myself I'm not a creative person. When I look at creative people who are musicians, who are artists, who are dancers and all of that, I believe there is a download that happens to them.
Yes.
The ideas, the music and all of that you get is not from this realm.
Yes.
It comes from somewhere else beyond.
Yes.
And it's because there is something which is very unique to this artist that has a specific frequency that is connected to the divine or cosmos or whatever we call it. And there is a download that happens. Now, having said this, I mean, let's talk about Tamil music, right? Till date, I was talking to my team members today. Even now in our cars, we listen to music from the 90s. Be it Rahman Sir's, be it Ilayaraja's music, we still listen to that. Somehow, I don't know what this generation will listen to 20 years from now.
Yeah.
Because now the music has, I wouldn't say it's a mistake, or I don't know how to interpret that. Music is being made to become viral.
Yeah.
Music is not being made for the essence of the music in itself.
Yeah.
How do you see this?
Okay, this is a very tricky space right now the music industry is going. And very few artists are very, very true to themselves. A lot of people are listening to, there is a lot of noise right now, actually speaking, in terms of music, like so much of clutters that's happening. I think we are slowly getting back to the vintage people. If even I notice the youngsters, nobody's listening to a lot of the music that's happening now. Everybody's listening to Yuvan.
Yes.
Little backward like Harris.
Yes.
Or A.R. Rahman.
Yes.
Not even A.R. Rahman. People are getting back to Ilayaraja actually right now.
Yes.
Right now, all the playlists I'm seeing.
Yes.
People will know that what good music, I wouldn't say good music. There's so much of noise that's happening right now. I feel very much.
What will happen to the industry 5 years or 10 years down the line if this continues?
We'll come back to vintage. It's just it's taking a turn around.
Okay.
I
So
think,
has this cycle happened before?
no, it hasn't. It's just like started from Harris, Yuvan, Ani, and now there's one new boy, Sai. It's like everybody's coming right now. So I think a part of it is going back to a circle. Even if you take pop music in Hollywood, everybody's getting back to the vintage thing. A lot of vintage and new age contemporary music style is coming. I think that would be the future. I think
Okay.
that would be the future in like 5-10 years. Like people are listening to only Ilayaraja right now.
Yeah.
Even very few Yuvan playlists and very, very, very few Harris songs. People are not listening to Rahman much right now.
Okay.
People are listening to a lot of Ilayaraja. Even some of my friends are listening to Deva. Now, if you see like a lot of live in concerts, or Deva live in concerts, Ilayaraja live in concerts, and it's like taking a turn. I think I can see that change happening slowly. I think universe will choose the right people, and he'll put there, so that's been carried away for the next 5 years.
Interesting. So when I was talking to my team and I told we're going to call Nivas Prasanna for the podcast, people were like, "Oh, Nivas Prasanna who?" But when we said, "Have you heard the songs from Tegadi or Setupati?" They're like, "Wow, I love the song," and everybody knows the song. So now in a world where everybody wants to become a brand, everybody wants their name to be known by other people. In your case, your work speaks more than even who you are.
Mm.
One, are you okay with that? And two, does it affect you at times?
Yes, I was in a big conflict with that
Okay.
for a very long time.
Mm.
But somehow that I tried doing this. But after this branding thing, people actually generally they call me. Why aren't you active in social media? Why are you not doing nothing? Like I said, like because I was I thought about it very very deeply. One fine day I got an answer, because unless I was like I find that real anchor, that I haven't found that artistic hold in me still yet. I'm still like exploring that. Um, what do you call? I'm not complete within myself, within my art form.
Mm.
I need to be very very complete with my art form. I'm still not there.
Mm.
Once I'm complete with my art form, I think I'll focus on this branding, because it's a distraction for me to come out of the art. Because what is branding? You tell me, like, okay, I have done this, that. When they call you for interviews, what they ask you is, okay, in the song empty panninga, how did you do this song? I'm bored of it. To be honest, I'm bored of speaking about myself. I can easily brand myself. I know I'm very good at it. But when you brand yourself, I think there's a other side of it which you need to have a kick-ass product to brand. I haven't found that hold in me, or I'm not complete within my art form. So I'm still there. Once I get there, probably I can think about all this. Nothing can affect me, because what happens is like I'm neither here nor there.
Okay.
Okay, so okay, you brand. Okay, you wake up. Okay, your manager calls you. Okay, you have to post this time, that time. You have to post this. You have to do hashtags. You just post a picture every day, play something and put this, that. Okay, you wait for likes and everything. So one after a point of time, what happens to my mind is like I started looking for likes. Okay, is this okay? Is this okay? So I'm focusing on the result of it. So rather than focusing there, I think I have a lot of things to figure out within myself when it comes to my art form. That's why I'm taking my own time. Nothing will go. Actually speaking, what
Yeah.
will happen?
A lot of people have that fear of missing out. Oh, if I miss out on this opportunity right now, then I'm not going to get that opportunity. But somehow it feels like you're coming from a space where you're extremely secure on the inside, that once you figure that out, whatever is due for you will automatically come
For
to you.
sure, because I'm a very very strong believer of destiny. Very strong believer of destiny. Because I read a lot of Tirupur, I read a lot of things. I've always, in my case, whatever is meant to happen will definitely happen. I'm very clear about it. In a way, I have always a backup plan. Okay, if not this, I'm very happy, because I know I have come from nothing, because I wouldn't mind going there, because in fact, every creation happens from a very very empty space. To go there, it's a lot of people don't go there. They don't have the courage to go to that empty space. It's a void space. To go to that void, you need to just அதன் கடவுள்ன்றது எல்லாம் கடந்து உள் செல்வது. That's called கடவுள். That கடவுள் is nothing yourself. Going to that empty space, empty void space where you create. To go there, you need to just shed out all your insecurities. It needs a lot of courage to actually go there and sit and be there at that serene space and create something. I practiced all these days. I practiced my courage, and to go there, sit there, ready to lose anything. That's why you become really fearless one point of time, and it just flows on you. Creation flows on you, and you'll be just a true instrument of it.
It's because you don't have any attachment to any identity that you're clinging on to.
Yes, sometimes it goes. I see my mind fluctuating from my identity, because I'm very emotionally strong when it comes to people. That's my only thing, because when it comes to relationships, or when it comes to parents or thing, I'm little attached. Once, because I don't know how to detach myself from that.
Okay.
That's the only thing. Otherwise, I think nothing stops me. Nothing actually stops me.
When we were talking about this, and Anusha said we reached out to you, and the first thing you said was, I don't go to a lot of interviews. I don't want to get caught in the matrix.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
See, because being in the cinema industry, I'm seeing a lot of people, their patterns, their thought process. I'm not saying it's wrong, but what happens is every day I meet them, they are in a bubble of Now everything is being projected, like cinema is the biggest thing right now. Like all the celebrities, they go out, take snaps. There's nothing wrong. I'm not against it. It's a part of the show business, but at the same time, what once after a point of time, how the mind works is like you get into a pattern of thinking, okay, what is happening today? Today, okay, this film is released. This film is released. Okay, what is he doing? What this actor is doing? This thing is doing, and you open YouTube, and there's a set of algorithm that's been running when it comes to cinema. So your mind gets used to that kind of things. When you scroll, when you see certain kinds of news, it's this one, this one, this one. So after a point of time, what happened to me is I got uh, I got tired of this whole process. In the sense like talking to people. So where is the real art form? Is that question started coming into me. So I feel like to create something, you need to be on a certain level of pureness within yours. So you be extremely aware of your thought process, what your mind has become. Sometimes I used to laugh at myself. Oh, how stupid your mind is, how funny you are, or how cheap you are. So I'm very sorry if I'm very, very strong, because that's how I look at myself.
No, go ahead.
Look at my own mind, I just like laugh at it. I know I'm nothing. I clearly know I'm nothing. Because when I think from that perspective, a lot of things doesn't make meaning for me. Because very few things makes meaning. I realize I also went through a lot of transformations with people. I'm very, very emotional when it comes to people, relationships. After a point of time, what eventually stayed with me is like yourself or your art. That's the only form that's very permanent within myself. So now I realize that is what important thing is. Like what people say, a lot of people here are like, most of my friends, actors, actress, they sometimes when I meet them, they're very, very sad. I ask them why. The first thing I ask them, like, are you happy? Just leave the work alone. When they come to record me, first question I ask them is like, are you happy? Even singers for that matter, when they come, lot of through this reality shows, a lot of things are planted unconsciously in their mind. So we are talking. So that's a verbal communication, but there's a non-verbal communication that's happening between both of us. So you can plant anything into me subconsciously. I can plant anything into subconsciously. Yes. So this reality shows or whatever it is, I'm not against it. But what even when, for example, when you take singers, they come, they say this like, oh, I can't sing high pitch or low pitch or this, that. Actually, that's nothing. When I meet them, I just like declutter them first. Just like then I'll allow them to get into the creative process. So it takes a lot of time for me. That's why I feel like I'll be able to get the best from people. And even in this matrix, in the sense, what I'm coming back to your question, every thought process or what people thinking every day, they talk about cinema. After a point of time, it becomes a pattern. You are not able to think out of it. There's a beautiful life out of cinema. There's a beautiful life out of this matrix. When you go there, I think you will be able to create more. That's where a lot of people, even for example, like great genius like Raja Rahman, sir, they say like they go out of this space and they create something. They derive that energy and they put it on their work. So to go there, you need to be very, very connected with the nature. Very, very connected with the nature. Very, very connected with within there's one divine space in us. We need to get in touch with that. When your anchor is so strong, it's like the root becomes very, very deeper. More birds sit on the tree.
Do you think this is only for music or any form of creation?
Any form of creation. Everything is, coding is the same. Music is the same. Everything comes from one source, right? So I don't see anything. So that's what Ramana Maharshi says, all is one. There's one book called All is One.
Yeah. Everything
is one. So when you go to that oneness, I think you'll get all your answers.
What are your insecurities?
My insecurities. Am I a good musician? Even I have that insecurity. Because I think that insecurity is what driving me forward sometimes. It's good to be insecure sometimes. Because of that insecurity, I just like push myself to be to that space where I feel confident within myself. My insecurity is like, am I a good musician? Still now I have. If I see anything, somebody who does music, I'm not jealous, but I need to be really fit within. I have a very, very strong thing. Like I have to be a goalkeeper who can catch any ball. Like anywhere he hits, I just want to be a goalkeeper who just stops it. So for me, I apply to that same thing to my music also. I just want to do any genre of me. I don't want to have any kind of a pattern that's stopping me. Even after 10 years, I just want to just keep rejuvenating myself, learn, unlearn, and teach. I want to be a teacher. I think I'm a very good teacher. I think that's where I can get rid of all these insecurities and everything. I just want to be a teacher, so that to be a teacher is a big word. How can I make myself fit to be in that role?
Okay. So has there been an experience where you had to reject a movie because it did not align with your values?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah?
So many.
Yeah?
Or I would have done so many films by now.
Okay. What would you reject it for?
Rejected for means because you are spending a whole lot of energy for the next 6-7 months with someone. What is the point of doing it with it? Because for me, it's like music is like not just you're doing music. It's about understanding. It's about, it's about so much of faith in it, so much of love in it. I can't do a film with someone who I don't feel any of these things. For me, it's a very, very emotional process. Doing music is very, very emotional for me. I don't just like that do something and just give something that resonates with me. I really need to like spending time with the director, because I'm going to spend a lot of time with them for the next 6 months, 6-7 months. And it's like a relationship between a husband and wife. There's so much of understanding.
Do you regret missing any of those?
No, not at all. Initially, I regret.
Okay.
The moment, I missed this. After a point of time, 4-5 months, actually, this is the right decision that has happened. Because there are so many different directors, they come to you when you compose. Some of the directors, they feel like it's like after opening a tap, it's just like catching some water or something. That's not going to work. Very few most of them are anxious, because first film directors are very anxious.
Okay.
Because so many years they haven't gotten such. They somehow want to desperately prove in their first film. And some are very secure directors. They come into your studio. You do, Nivas. I know what will come. That is the changing thing for me. When they say that word, I'll be able to give more, because he trusts me, right? It's a matter of trust. So there's so many subtle things between a director and a technician. Very few knows that, because if you take Gautam and take Mani sir, take some of the director I worked with, Sethupathi, he knows. They chumma come, do whatever you want. That's where the magic actually happens. Because music happens. You don't make music. Actually, it happens. You need to allow it to happen. That's the whole point.
Has there been an experience where a director came to you and showed you a tune from somewhere else and said, just make a tune just like this?
Yeah. Because what my understanding out of that is like, they don't want the same tune. The feeling of it, they want the same. Because they would have felt something hearing a song already.
Okay.
If you're very, very clever enough, you should take what his feeling is, not that same tune.
Okay.
The feeling of it, if you are able to convert that feeling into something new from the way you're creating it, that's where you win.
What is the most unusual place that you've taken an inspiration for a music from?
Unusual place? Okay, my restroom. Most of my compositions happens inside my restroom, because you sit there, you just take bath, something will come. Suddenly, my mother will be like on the kitchen. I'll be like searching for the voice recorder. I just like come out like wearing my towel and come out. Where is my phone? Where is my phone? I just go pick up my phone, just like get the voice recorder. I did one Murugar song.
Okay.
Recently. I don't know that I was taking bath and that thing suddenly came out from it. I was like randomly running inside my room for the voice recorder. I just like picked it. I just like sang the whole thing, and I just like converted into songs. It's like very unusual sometimes.
So from what you're saying, a great musician is extremely intelligent.
Yes.
There's a lot of intelligence. When I say intelligence, the nuance to understand what this beat or tone or this frequency can invoke an emotion in another human, not just one human, collectively.
Intelligence, more than intelligence, innocence.
Okay, explain.
Innocence means you should have your innocence when you come. I think innocence is where the place or most of the creation is born. You take there's a quote called Kudandayum Jnani Mundru. Because the baby doesn't know anything.
Adulterated. Yeah.
No, Jnani knows everything.
Okay.
Doesn't know anything, but it's the same. Because you need innocence. Because I just don't get into the crowd, because I want to keep my innocence safe. It's I can be very smart if I want to. It's very easy to be smart. It's very easy to be very, very intelligent. That's why I don't talk to a lot of intelligent people who speaks about music. Okay, you take this raga. It's good to talk, but not too much intelligence talking also. Most of my conversations are with my family, simple people. I'll sit with the watchman, talk to him, listen to his stories, because he'll be very innocent in his stories. That's where your creation is born. You need to have a clear distinction between your intelligence and your innocence. Too much intelligence is not okay. It will spoil you. Moment you'll get too much into your art, it's like layers. That's what I think.
You have you worked with a lot of artists, right? Do you have a dream list of collaborations that you want to make?
Yes, I want to work with Arijit Singh.
Okay, why?
Because of the way, more than his singing, the way he is living his life is quite, wow, this guy is too good. I'm able to connect to him. Because that's the life I really want to be. I just want to be somewhere, because if you take his house, there's no fancy blankets or no fancy curtains, because he is appreciating his roots, and he realized that's where his music is coming from, its roots. So he's sticking to that. He's sticking to his hometown, because I really want to go back to my hometown, Tenkasi, and just want to construct a house like the way I was brought up when I was childhood. Because when I'm at my house with my parents, I feel very grounded. Because that's the reason he's living a life like this, and he's making the whole world coming behind him. That's it. Even why AR still uses that room in Panchatan, the room he started working years back, so decades back, because that room holds one divine, there's one beautiful divine space there. Sometimes if you take some beautiful restaurants, they'll still hold that same restaurant they've started right from the beginning. If I've seen some of the restaurants, the moment they started making a lot of money, they'll just like reconstruct it. That's how it goes. Because there's some places that hold some energy. You need to, because with why I'm asking you a question, why I really want to work with Arijit is like because of the way he is living. Very simple living. I like simple, because the more simple it is, like more powerful you are. Because it took a lot of time for me to declutter myself from the chaos. I wouldn't say chaos, a lot of image building. Like you have a big car, have branded clothes. Sometimes it gets into your head. Sometimes so I keep a lot of my 13-year-old clothes. Even it's like a lot of, it'll be very damaged, but I still wear that, because I just like remind myself, okay, that's where I come from. It's very important that, I think the one reason I would really want to work with Arijit is so much soul that guy carries. So it's quite unadulterated is what I feel.
If you had to pick one music director from South India, who would you pick?
I like Ani.
Okay.
Ani, because he's quite grounded. Because of the place he has done. He knows a lot of things. I think he's quite clear about what he wants. I think being bandmates, we used to play a lot of, he has such great, 2 songs they've sung for me, big hits for me. And I feel that guy has some spark. Maybe I think maybe I would collaborate more in the future. Yes.
That's nice. And what do you think is more dangerous? Artists chasing fame without depth, or industry rewarding art without soul?
Wow. Artists chasing fame without depth is very dangerous.
Why?
Very dangerous, because there's always surface level thing. There's no depth, right? When you have no depth, you are not an artist at all. You need to know art is always greater than the artist. When you look at that perspective, and when you just actually, there's a great quote where MS Dhoni said, like, when you take care of cricket will take care of everything. When you take care of art, all these rewards will actually naturally come to you. I think artists chasing, like the first, I would prefer the first one. Yes.
And generally, when you enter a party, right, or when you enter a gathering where there are so many people, I believe most people have a pretense, or most people are superficial, because they're trying to hide something about them that they don't want the world to see about them, because they have been inevitably judging that part about themselves.
Yes.
So only when I keep judging something about myself am I even scared that you will judge that about me. So when you are with a bunch of people who are, I wouldn't say shallow, but who are superficial, how does it make you feel?
Oh, it makes me really feel anxious. Because when I enter into a party, there's so much party scenes happening in this industry. You know, like people know, like if you go to some specific bars in the night. Sometimes you can't avoid that also. You go. It's quite funny because nobody remembers what happens the next day. Everybody speaks. It's once in a while it's good to hang out with them. Like, it makes me really anxious to be with that kind of people. They'll say this, that. But what is the purpose of, like, if I may ask you, what is the purpose of this question?
For me to understand how you navigate that.
Navigate. Okay. So basically, I think what's in your control is like you be true to them. And because sometimes we are also forced to put up a mask within ourselves to behave certain way to impress. I did it before, but I don't think I am doing it right now anymore. I think, but you can, I think the moment you are very true to yourself and your energy will make them open up. They will actually open up to you. I think I believe that. A lot of people have opened up to me because you just like, when I'll just like immediately say something, is everything okay? If you just like have a few conversations, they'll naturally open, they'll let their inner self to you.
That's true, because I believe inherently all human beings are good.
Yeah, actually, yes.
All human beings are just amazing and good. I think yesterday, my husband and I, we were just having a conversation. We were watching a video of a small baby and we were just looking at each other and saying, even a person who's a murderer right now, at one point of time was an innocent child.
Yes.
So that innocence actually is there in all of us.
Yes.
It's so unfortunate that some people just deviate from what their purpose is because of whatever circumstances that is.
Yeah.
Probably what we can do to this world is make it a little bit better so that the circumstances don't deviate them as much.
I think the very simple part is like, without judging them, if you can accept them, who you are, I think people will naturally, I think they will open up to you, and you are able to, because so many people talk to me and I can see a lot of things within them. I ask them, I'll just like take the specific point, and if I ask them, they will actually open up to you. And the thing is, like, a lot of people are judging each other. I think without judgments, and I think if you look at it with, I mean, like the oneness or whatever it is, looking everybody equal, I think world would be a great place.
How important is friendship for you?
Very much important, but it's very, very hard to. For me, friend is a very, very big word. Very big word. Friend. It has boundaries. It has so much of trust, faith, so much of grace. That's the word. If you can handle any situations with grace, I think it's very important for friendships to handle any friendship gracefully. Not only friendship, relationships also. It depends on, some people are very, very lucky to get great friends. Some people, friends doesn't work. For me, I would say I have so many friends, but there's one, as you say, like you were saying a couple of minutes back, because there's one personality inside, even your husband doesn't know that. Because for me, that thing is always there. I think understanding is very important. I think love is nothing but understanding. But it's better to be alone in the spiritual journey. Have friends. There are a lot of friends. They have layers. But this is the most, I would say, such a lonely journey, spiritual journey. Yes.
Why would you say that?
It's most lonely journey. Very, very lonely. Nobody can understand you. You are having your own contemplation. You are having your own perspective about life. How can you make others understand? It's impossible. I used to crave for that understanding because, okay, can anybody understand me? Nobody actually can understand you.
Do you still have the need to be understood?
Yes, I have. I think I realized that actually that page can be only filled by your prayers or divine thing. I just like send it to Babaji. Okay, I'm sending it to you. I'm sending it to you. Your cup gets filled. I think that's where you. But that's a constant craving for me, because sometimes you know the truth only by yourself. You can't expect everybody, even your parents, your closest people can never understand. If they, that's why I say it's the most loneliest journey. If you take the topmost people, they'll be very lonely. That's the only way, because it's your and your instinct, it's your and your intuition, it's your and your soul speaking to yourself. Nobody can understand.
Have you ever been betrayed?
Oh, a lot of times. Betrayal is common, like every other emotion. Now I feel like that. I used to take it very, very big. But now it's like in every other emotion, happy, sad, so much of emotion. Betrayal is also one of them. So it's okay.
Now, how do you deal with people who betray you?
I think I have so much love. I think I easily forgive them. I actually so much love to give because I'm full of love. I know about myself. I don't think I can hate anybody. Never.
You don't hold grudges.
Never.
Why?
Because I don't know. Maybe it comes from my mother. She is a very could be. I don't think I can. I'm a very emotional person. Sometimes I used to cry and I forget things. Somehow I forget. I don't have any other. If I keep my grudge, I don't think I'll be free. I'm free, quite very much free, because I know, because I cannot hate people. I can never hate people, actually.
Have you ever thought that you were born in the wrong generation?
Yes, very much. I was telling a friend of mine 2 days back, I really wish I would have born in 70s.
Oh boy. I feel the same way too. I wish I was born in the 60s or 70s, where technology did not boom that much, very less distraction. Somehow I feel I don't fit in here. I don't belong here, but I understand what you're saying. Who's that one person that you know is quite sorted inside of themselves?
Quite sorted? I think my father.
Yeah?
Most sorted person I've ever seen. I think why I would say sorted person is he doesn't react to anything. All in his life, he's envisioned things before it comes. Very sorted person, I think. I look up to him for that thing. He's like a Zen master. Just sits, just watches, observes. Whenever I get excited or anxious, the first thing he says is like, just like be detached. He's like I think he's a Tibetan soul. For sure. He's like a monk. He always reads Buddhist quotes. Very simple guy. I think he's the most sorted person I've seen.
You make music, you sing, you do a lot of other things. What is one thing that is your most favorite?
Cooking.
Okay.
I really cook a lot. Well, because that's one of my favorite things to do, because I sit, cook, I pray, I run, I come back home, talk to parents, I have simple go for walks. But my most favorite thing is to do two things. One is cooking and do nothing. Second is do nothing. I can simply sit for hours. I can sit for days. I can just simply sit and stare myself, question my whole existence. That's my favorite thing to do sometimes.
That's quite interesting. I love that too. I just love being in that zone, and every time you're in that zone, it just opens up something even more deep about yourself. And that's very beautiful.
Yeah.
And coming back to songs, is there any song that somebody else has composed, but you wish you had composed it?
I like this Badass song recently.
Yeah?
It's gotten released in Leo. Oh my god, this is a great song. I used to sing sometimes. Okay, I really wish I would have composed that song.
Have you told Anirudh this?
I haven't told Anirudh. Maybe through this podcast, maybe I think Ani, you better listen to me. I wish I would have composed Badass, because people come to me to do a lot of melody stuff, because Nivas is good in melodies.
Okay.
He's a very soft guy. But there's one more guy inside me who was craving to do mass big songs, because I think eventually I'll be, because that's I feel very, very energetic when I listen to that song.
Yeah?
That's one of my favorite songs recently.
Oh, that's nice. Okay. So you've composed for films where background music plays a crucial role, right? And you also have to compose songs. How do you differentiate that? Background music is more about to invoke that emotion. Songs is something much more lighter. Like, how do you balance that?
There's nothing balanced, because if you take a film, 70% of your work gets done if you find which world that film belongs to. In the sense, if you take, for example, take this film Dark Knight. It has a world. If you take a Harry Potter film, it has a world. If you take Devar Mahan, it has a world. When you figure out that world, 70% of your work is done. Because when you get into that world of things, you'll be able to derive your songs from it. And once you derive the songs from it, most of the songs, they convert into background scores. So I think you can't differentiate between a song and a background score. Song belongs to that background score. Background score belongs to that song. And whole songs and background score belongs to that film. So this is how you create a world for it. To create a world, you need to find sounds, explore sounds. I think both are challenging. Songs are very challenging because you need to create something that resonates with people, resonates with you, resonates with the producer, that has to sell, the label has to buy it. There's so many things, there's so many sub branches to it. And when you create the songs itself, I think you'll be able to create the background score on the song's flavor. And you connect the emotions. It's like pointing it out, kolam podra madri. You just like have 10 dots and you just like draw it. And all those, the drawing belongs to one world.
Okay.
It's like that. Which color of the film? Is it like red color? Okay, you do everything in red. If it is green color, you just like design it according, everything will be in green. But it has its own flavors and own things. So to find that world, and few filmmakers have that sense of finding their own world in their films.
I've always felt like whatever songs that I listen to, depending on how I'm feeling, it just transports me to a different place.
Yeah.
But it's very rare that the background music of a movie has done that to me. And one movie that I just love listening to, just the music of it, is Interstellar.
Wow.
I still, someday, it's a dream for me. I want to get into the mind and understand how they composed the music like that.
Yeah, I think it was there in the YouTube because what Nolan says, he went to Hans and just like show him a painting. That's where he created the Interstellar music. He just said the story. Sometimes the director, they puts the other technician into a space of emptiness, make them create something. And I think I vaguely remember that he showed him a painting or telling about a dad's emotion or some story or something. And he just said that and he went off. Somehow it got stuck deep inside Hans Zimmer's mind and he started creating Interstellar. The thing, ting, 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 ting. So when you listen to it itself, there's so much of things. It's just like 4-5 notes. Because the depth they carry is because that's how their creative process. I really wish a lot of directors work like this here. Explain you, take you to the deeper level of understanding of where he is coming from, where his story is coming from. I think if you get into that space, I think you'll be able to create more and more things.
So, whenever you have the chance, for example, let's say you're just sitting across like Ilayaraja and A.R. Rahman, and if there is one question that you want to ask both of them, what question will that be?
How are you staying sane despite everything that's happening? Because I really want to ask them like, how are you I really don't know if they are peaceful within themselves, but I would ask them, how are you staying sane? That's one question I'll ask.
Why is that answer so important to you?
Because I'm finding it very difficult sometimes to keep myself grounded and balanced in this industry. Sometimes. Because every day you're handling different, because everybody is full of emotions. Because you're dealing with creators. Creators are full of emotions. You're handling their emotions every day. Because sometimes they listen to one of your songs. They'll call you in the middle of the night. This one sound is not okay. I know it'll be okay. But he is not able to sleep because of it. Because he's very, very obsessed. Everybody's obsessed with their work. Suddenly they will call another day. This dish sound is not there. Put that and immediately send it to me. Okay, I'll send it to you. So imagine you handling different type of people. Some people they won't call you just like that. They'll call 5 calls. Because I understand we are the emotional people. Because to putting together of everything, sometimes this is a very, very big thing, big challenge actually for me.
What's your favorite Raja song?
There's a lot of songs, but I like this Poongaat Pudhidanadu. Like that's one song, and I like especially to most of my favorites is Thiruvasagam. I don't know if you have listened to us.
No.
You should listen to Thiruvasagam.
Okay.
It's a symphonical thing of the whole Thiruvasagam thing. I think it changed my whole life. I started listening when I was 15. And I think when I was, I remember when I was studying 11th standard, there's a new CD that got released, which is called Thiruvasagam, done by Raja sir. After listening to that powerful verses, my life changed a lot actually. I became more spiritual. It purifies me whenever I hear that whole verses of Namachivaya Valga, Nadantar Valga, or Masatra. So the whole Shiva Puranam, or whatever it is, it just like changed a lot in my perspective, the way I started looking life. It purified me. It still holds a big part of my creative process, actually. I think that's my favorite.
And of Rahman sir?
Rahman has some of his early 90s works, some of his great works. Even now, if he can think of recreating them, so I don't think he'll be able to, because the energy he held at that time. And what I heard before he did Roja, I heard he didn't do anything. He didn't go out. He didn't meet anybody. He was sitting in silence for so many years to create something new. That's just like that. Wow, that's so good. And that's why he gained his energy. And some of his best 90s works are my favorites. I think spirituality is the basic core for everything. He's been cleansing himself. I think it's very important to cleanse yourself when you do music. You keep cleansing yourself, then only something new will come. Otherwise, the same pattern comes back. Everything is pattern, right?
Yeah.
Even the way you're sitting in front of the piano, your fingers are naturally aligned to capture few keys. That itself is a pattern. You need to break that pattern. So in that, the way you're holding a keyboard, one sound comes. From that sound, you get triggered to do something out of it. So you need to go to the depth of it and just like change your patterns or be aware of it. That's where you unlearn things. It requires a lot of awareness. Or else what happens is, like, after a point of time, people will eventually know this guy is doing the same stuff again and again. Okay, why is he doing the same stuff again and again? When you just like go dig deep yourself, this will be the answers. Pattern in the sense, like, people, sometimes you hold others' energies unconsciously. So much of energies you hold, other people energies. That itself will play. Sometimes that's why if you see some people and all, they'll not have old people in their life. It's nothing wrong. People say, okay, this guy has disconnected, this forgot me. It's not forgot. It's just like you just like revamping yourself, re-cleansing yourself just for the sake of your art. That's very important.
Is there a director that you really want to work with?
Rajamouli.
Why?
I think his spiritual inclination, although he calls himself, he's not, he's an atheist, but his film holds so much of depth with Hinduism, and the depth he carries as a storyteller, the layers he creates. I think I would want to work with him in the future.
Interesting. Do you believe a hit song can be created with a formula?
Yes, very much.
And what's the formula like?
Formula is like verse, hook, step. If you just like figure out your hook, I think everything else you can place over it. You can create it. A lot of composers, a lot of songs are coming right now.
So in the movie industry, is there a hierarchy and is there a lot of politics?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, explain how this happens.
A lot of politics means there are a lot of, there's a lot of, yes, there's so much of, if you take award functions, now people give awards to everybody and anybody who comes for a function, they'll give an award. That's there. Because I'm not against things like it's some awards are, they bring you a lot of recognitions and all, but there are a lot of even terms of choosing projects or giving projects. People, there's a lot of hierarchy, there's a lot of politics are definitely there. Even take Shiva Karthikeyan. He's my friend, he's a great friend. I know I've spoken to him a lot. He's gone through so much struggles. What people perceive him outside, and he gave a hit called Amaran back. And he's on the top of the league right now. And he's a great person. I like his ideas and things he went through, social media thing, and just hitting back again. So much of politics. It's not easy to, although it's not widely said, வெளியில வந்து ஓப்பனா சொல்லாம இருந்தாலும், underlying so much of politics is there. So much of castings is also going. So much of energies are going on. People are not talking about it. People are talking, even I have faced it very, very personally. I have faced it, but I don't want to talk about it. There's no point in talking about it. I think because all that matters is your work matters, and there are a lot of people who are vocal about it. And I think there's so much of inbuilt politics for sure is happening.
Yeah.
For sure.
Has it affected your progress?
Yes, definitely. Yes. Because it doesn't take, because it's a small industry, like 40-50 people. People just like, it's very easy for them to talk. It's easy. It's because what you see is, because, you know, when you see it right in front of your eyes, people believe it, but you don't even know what the real truth is. So it happens, and this industry is like, actually, there's a one part of it is very, very good. There's one part of it is very, 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 very bad. Cinema industry is like, it's not very easy to be in this industry. It's not very important. It's not very easy to find a balance in this industry. I see so many people are going through depressions on pills. And he's done this, that. Some of the people who you look up to, oh my God, is he doing this? Okay, why is he doing this? And because being in this, all the stories, man. Because I feel so much of politics, so much of grudges, so much of people, the egos. You're dealing with egos in this industry, not the art. Sometimes art comes second, the ego thing comes first. So you're dealing with a lot of egos. It's just a very, very thin line. There's so much of money involved, crores and crores of money involved in Rapode. It requires a very, very, very solid amount of awareness and a thin line of balance. You need that fluidity to survive in this industry.
Is there anything about the industry that you wish really changed forever?
Women, a lot of things can change. I think women are going through a lot in this industry. Because I have a lot of friends say a lot of things. I think treatment of women has to change in this industry. It's changing now for the better. But I think the way women is being treated can change a lot in this industry. I see it right in front of my eyes. Because men, okay, of course, we men are like, we have a lot of things, but actually treatment of women, and especially the actress, whatever, the small time actress, even not the biggest, the small time actress, the dancers, the background dancers, and the one who works as ADs, the treatment of them can change. It's changing now. I think women treatment is, I think that needs to change a lot.
How often do you see incredible music going unnoticed simply because it didn't have the right people pushing it?
Very often.
Yeah.
Very, very often.
How does it make you feel?
I feel very bad for me. I, in fact, called some of my friends who works on the labels. Why are you not pushing? Because they say that this is only selling. So sometimes they get unnoticed. Some of the greatest songs get unnoticed. Some of the great musicians get unnoticed. Now there are slowly, you can start your own page, start your own channel. People are having their own thing. But a lot of things are getting unnoticed because of the, like we said, the hierarchy, the importance that's been given to this person. Because everybody wants brand, everybody want to market themselves. There's so much of money involved, and not a big people just like choose the same kind of people. I remember one person saying me, has your song hit 100 million views or 150 million views? I said like, no, I have one song that has reached 90 million views. I don't have 100 million views. Okay, you create a 100 million song and I'll vouch you for my next film. This is what I heard from that person, because I realized, okay, then I realized, do I have to run behind that, or do I have to just stay true to my art form? I think a lot of things like this happen.
Has there been a time where when you composed a song, you thought it'll become a super hit, but it did not?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And what do you think went wrong?
I think more than the composition, I don't know how you will take it, but I'll tell you this, okay? It's not just a song alone. It's not just the formula alone. There's something called timing. There's so many external factors that has to support. That can only support when you are internally not in a conflict with you at peace. A lot of things happen.
I agree.
Have you noticed this?
Yes. Because
everything will be perfect, but something won't even go. If you dig deeper into it, that problem will be actually yours. If you're not sorted, if you're not enough happy or vibrant about whatever it is, something is not right within you, it will not go actually. That's my answer actually. I've thought about it a lot. And the answer I got is like, somewhere you wouldn't have been perfect within yourself. That's the reason something is not working outside. it's easy to actually blame a lot of external circumstances, but actually the truth is like the problem is with you.
It's very profound. And do you somehow feel now with the Ghibli art coming up and there's so much controversy that's happening around it, do you feel somewhere this AI or virality is kind of killing true artist?
Actually, no.
Okay. Why?
Because in future it's like you and AI. I don't think AI can replicate your soul. Soul, when you do something, maybe for some it's like, I think everything is temporary. This Ghibli art and all, everything after a point of time, I think AI will come, but I don't think it can have a big impact on. I don't think it can have.
What makes you say that?
I think when you create something, when you connect to the nature or divinity, I don't think AI can do that actually. I don't think AI can bring that. AI deals with your mind, how your mind works, how your pattern works. But after a point of time, when you are just like, when you're equipped enough to do so many things, I don't think it can do anything to you. I don't see it as a problem.
You have a very strong conviction about it.
Yes, for sure.
So generally when you're composing or when you're making music, do you kind of visualize colors or something like that?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Explain how the process
I
happens.
visualize only white colors,
Okay.
a ray of light of white that's passing in front of you, and just do music. I think sometimes my room lights play a major role while I create music. Lights are very important. Sometimes it creates so much of depth. That's why I make sure that I keep a plain empty wall in front of me. It just like clutters my mind sometimes. It's just to keep, my house is a white house, like this whole setup, because I like white, making it feel very empty, because sometimes colors impact a lot in my creation actually. It does actually.
Okay. And also today we were having this conversation in office where we said, a team member, Anusha, was telling how art is actually a privilege. You're able to think about art only because your basics are taken care of.
Yes.
What's your take on it?
It's something such a big privilege, no? I think it's like one of the biggest privileges, because a lot of things, but sometimes too much comfort is also not okay. It just like gets you very comfortable. Sometimes there should be some kind of a thriving force inside you. Sometimes when I've seen first film directors, they will not have budget, they'll not have luxuries, but they'll be able to create tremendous art. Sometimes art is definitely a privilege, but it depends on a lot of things. But like what your question comes down to is like, you mean like, is this a good thing or something is why
I'm asking what is your take on it?
As long as you're focused only on the art, it's okay. Rest of them is privileges.
And also, do you think every artist who's creating something has a deep-rooted pain inside of them?
Yes, very much. I don't know where you come from this, where you are asking this question from. But if you take most of the artists, they'll have some kind of a sadness inside them. Because that pain, sometimes God gives you so much pain so that your purpose gets activated. Sometimes I feel he puts that pain inside you. It'll activate the purpose from within inside. So a lot of artists have so much of hidden pain in their eyes actually. I think it works for me because I've been there. It made me create so much of good things, so much deeper visions about my whole life and how I want to live. So much things.
What would you say to the young composer who's talented but scared of not being seen or validated by the industry?
Be true to your art. I think it will take care of you. Very simple. Do what is, how much ever hard it is, just be true to your art. Be authentic, be true, be yourself. I think that will definitely take you. Because sometimes you feel like nothing is very, very hopeless or something. But when you're very, very true to what you're doing and just like stick to true to your art form, I think art form will not leave you at all. Because some of the most courageous decisions I have taken in my life, despite having financial issues, is just because I believed in my art form. It saved me in so many ways. I used to sometimes look at it, okay, am I able to survive for the next 6 months? Okay, I'm just like putting my faith in my art form and just going to, something will come actually. Because I believe that. I would say that.
Nivas, what's the next 5 years going to look like for you?
I'm going to evolve for sure.
Okay.
I'm evolving.
Okay.
I'm going to do great movies, and definitely through music, I think I'll find my purpose. That's a bigger purpose for me. Definitely the cinema or this doing music or in this industry is not my higher purpose. Through music, I think something else is there. I think I'll find it.
Do you kind of sense what that is already?
I think I'll be a teacher. I think I'll be a master in teaching people. Somehow I visualize myself when I become 50, 60 years, I'll be like Krishnadas or something. Like I see that version of me being, that's what I wanted to be.
So if you just had to listen to the word love, what does it bring from inside?
I'm just giving. Just keep giving. If you want love, you have to give love. That's finding my love, or finding what love is, my biggest question in my life. I'm still finding that answer for it. I've realized that just giving, keep giving. I think if you want something, you have to keep giving first, rather than expecting it will come to me or not. That's not. If you want love, just keep giving love. You'll get it one day. And love is like I think love is like when you love yourself and just be that ray of light to people. When you stand there, looking everything equal, without any, just like look everything equal. You are equal. She's equal. Everybody is equal. Any watchman or somebody who's there, who's server. Just be kindness is love, I think.
What's your purpose in life?
As I said, my purpose is to serve people. My purpose is to do music and heal people through my music. I've seen one beautiful video of one guy who's sitting on the streets, drawing an art, just drawing and giving it to people. It's just beautiful art. I just want to be that. Just like keep giving, so that whoever, maybe be like a river. Whoever wants to drink water, they can dip from me and they can take it from me.
It's just so beautiful. I mean, when we started the podcast, I did tell you that your presence brings a lot of calmness, right? And I've really never interacted with a musician in the past. And
Okay.
I like the silence right now.
Yeah, I can feel it very much, Gayathri.
Yeah, I like the silence. And it's just so beautiful. And thank you so much for being here. I mean, it just opened my mind to different perspectives as always. And this is probably one of the main core reasons why I even do podcasts, because I can get into the mind of somebody else to kind of understand their thought process, which is an answer for me and also an answer for a lot of people who are watching to the questions that they invariably have for themselves.
I'm very, very glad. Thank you for calling me. I think this is one of the best podcasts and such profound and such deep questions.
This is so beautiful. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Gayathri. Thank you.